Okay, so it is Friday the 13th of June 13th, 2025. Guess what? Look at this. There is my Blazer. It is back. And it is looking good. I can't even see any little remnants of those dents. So let's check it out while we're here. There's a new hood on it. The old one was pretty dented, so they replaced the hood. They fixed everything else. And this area up here had to be worked on because of the dents. They couldn't use that paintless dent repair on that. But check it out. There it is. It's back. Friday the 13th. I don't know if that's a good sign or not. Got that call this morning and I was like, are you serious? It's today? So there it is. So we are at Peterswood Park. Let's take one good look at that. Another look at that Blazer. Wow, man, it's a beautiful car. So maybe I don't want to get rid of it. We'll see. Just getting in that, man, driving it, it's so much better than that rental piece of crap. The power of the 6-cylinder V6 naturally aspirated 308 horsepower. You can't beat it. Let's take another look at that Blazer. So smooth, so smooth. So, down here at Peterswood Park, look at all that growth down in there. So let's see, I've been here a couple of times this year. I know one time I went further. Both times I went down towards library. First time I went a little further. Second time I didn't go as far. Today I think I'm going to go down the other direction for a while. Take another look at that vehicle. There it is. Man, I missed that. No comparison between that and that rental. Vehicle drives so smoothly. I almost forgot. The interior is way better. Smooth engine, smooth transmission, powerful engine, you name it. Alright, that's enough. So wait a minute, let's recap. Hail damage April 2. Finally able to get it in. Scheduled the appointment May 5th. Originally supposed to be ready May 8th or 9th. Then they changed it to May 23rd. Then they changed it to June 4th. Then they changed it to June 10th. And today is June 13th. So it's been 1.5 months at the shop. But as I understand it, the majority of the time I was just sitting there waiting to get painted. Waiting in line because of all the other vehicles. They said they only have one paint bay. Hi. Alrighty then, we're gonna go this way towards McMurray. Hi. Well, they had some rain here this morning. On the way to this place, I saw the rain. The roads were wet a little bit. Now this is pretty damp. This doesn't get too much sun down here with these trees. This is nice. This is a nice section right here. You got that paved arrowhead portion of the trail, which is always nice. Now usually this gets really busy, but I don't know about right now. Hopefully it won't be. Hi. And I was expecting that car to take another 2-3 weeks or whatever. The way they talk, oh, you're in line, and blah, blah, blah. So they cranked it out. Everything seems to be in working order. You know, they had to dismantle a bunch of stuff, and I checked everything's functioning correctly so far. Hi. We'll see what happens after we get the first rain. How's that going to be? Like, did they... I don't think there's going to be any trouble because they put it back together. It looks great. They would have had to wash it. They did wash it. Go through a water testing process. So I'm not worried about it. Boy, this is really wet down here. Good thing this isn't that crushed limestone. It'll be all muddy and that. This is just wet asphalt. Check this out. Look around. That side's not too scenic, but this side's very scenic. That's really spooky over there. So this is the first time on this section in 2025, so trying to keep to that, you know, don't go back to the same place all the time. Try to go to all different portions of the trail. I have repeated a few, but not too much. This year I'm talking about 2025. Hi. Hi. Now here's this little, let's get a alternate video of this. It's nice little decorations. Every time I come here, there's a different kind of leaves. Like sometime in the fall, they put like brown. This is all artificial, but I mean, they put brown fall colors and stuff. Now they got this spring colors there. And speaking of this body cam, made sure it was fully charged, but I noticed it was losing a little bit this morning. Fully charged it back up, but I think there's something wrong with that battery, so I got a new one coming. I ordered a new one battery. Yeah, I mean, before he'd charge that battery, right? And then I remember during the winter months, I didn't use the body cam at all from, say, like November to March. And when I turned it on the first time, it was 100%. It's like it didn't lose any charge. But now it's starting to lose charge. So, time to get a new battery. It's that simple. I really have trouble understanding why it lost so much from, say, Tuesday to Thursday. Tuesday late at night, it was 100%. And I turned it on Thursday morning, and it was laid down to 30%. That's a pretty drastic drop. So, who knows? But, get a new battery, and it will be fine. I wonder if that means, like, during operation, it'll deplete faster as well. Probably. We'll see what happens today on this little walk. My muscles are kind of sore from all that walking yesterday. Look back that way. Don't see anything there. Yeah, I've always found this section to be kind of dismal, you know, but scenic too. Yeah, there's a little squirrel. It is super humid today. This morning, the dew point was almost equal to the temperature. It's like 100% humidity almost. 100% saturated. T-sat of the partial pressure of H2O is equal to T temperature. Therefore, 100% saturated. Remembering all that stuff. This would be the most scenic portion of this here arrowhead section, because once you get down to, well, let's see, when you get to Bebout, well, there's another section there that's pretty nice, but after you get down along McMurray Road, at McMurray, along McMurray, that's when it gets, along Valley Brook, Valley Brook, it starts to get pretty crowded, like in people's backyards and stuff. .33 mile marker. Good thing he's going that direction. There's this little trailhead right here. There's only 1, 2, 3 parking spots, and they're all handicapped. So you can't really use this. I mean, I can't use that one. Now he goes to Peterswood Park again. Now he goes down into that neighborhood. I'm gonna give me a drink of water. Man, it's really humid. comes the little vehicle. You know, it's soaking wet already. It's not even that hot out. It's just humid, like I said. T-sat of the partial pressure of H2O is equal to T. Therefore, it is the definition of saturation. Now we're coming up on B-bout. These guys are going to start doing some weed whacking up here. Alright, so this is B-bout. The roundabout at B-bout. Yeah, there's that roundabout. The roundabout at B-bout. Look at that guy's going really fast around that circle. What a dipshit. And then the road's closed down that way. Cover the eyeballs on that one, man. And a double dose of that weed whacking. Gots to cover your eyes. There's this grass cutter, dude. That is some loud equipment. Really loud.
The other one's pretty bad.
Alright, here we are at McMurray. Whew. McMurray Road. There was that lady who was walking behind me. She's not there anymore, but man, she was like right on my heels. I hate when it's like that. Alright, we've gone pretty darn far, man. 1.63. That's like yesterday. I think that's it. I'm not going any further. Whew. I am so sweaty. Alright, so we're heading back.
I just put my shoes on.
I think I was walking way faster than I wanted to on the way down. Probably because that lady was right on my heels. These guys, these yard maintenance guys, not really happy with that. Not as peaceful as you'd want it to be. There's always something, you know? This kid with training wheels on his bike. Here's that book thing. Little Feet Library. Take a book, return a book. What's that book right there? Elon Musk? Oh, shit. Okay. Man, I'm drenched. And you're going slower on the way back, man. So here's all those backyards on this particular portion. Some nice backyards right there. Those are big houses, man. Wow. So it's not even that hot, and it's not sunny. It is super humid, which makes it really bad for the sweating. Lots of sweating going on. And we're coming up to these dudes again, doing the yard maintenance, trail maintenance. Not looking forward to being next to that. I remember that time last year, it was June, I believe. I was wearing the same exact shirt, and some lady on a bike said, "I love your shirt." Man, that is really noisy. There's this place up here. Instead of a grass yard, they got those rocks. That dude's gonna be coming back this way. I'm just gonna take a break right here. Let this guy pass. Really don't like this. Now there's that yard up there. It's got rocks. He did a nice job with that too. Yeah, he's cutting grass, dudes. Really noisy. There's always something when you come on this part of the trail. It's either really too busy, you know, with the people on their bikes going really super fast, so it makes you not enjoy that, or there's this stuff going on. It's definitely not enjoyable. Now that guy's coming back. Holy Christ. How many times you can do the same piece of grass? Whew. Okay. I hope he doesn't come back this way again. Holy Christ. It's going over and over the same pieces of grass. Since there's a little bit of calmness, I'm going to take use the alternate video, do a selfie. I haven't done a selfie yet today, I guess. Alright, there's a selfie. That goes back to, that's along Valley Brook, and that goes back towards Route 19. And then up here, back this way, that goes towards Peters Township. Okay. See, wearing my red, white, and blue checkered shirt. Man, I am soaked. Now this is straight, you know, like I was talking about yesterday on the Panhandle Trail. This is super straight and super long, but this is way more scenic. I mean, check it out. Now that guy just cut the grass right here, so, but even that, this little thing he cut, I mean, that's definitely just a tiny little fraction of what that was on the Panhandle Trail. I love it when these trees are right up against this trail. I'm gonna have some more water. Whew. I was shocked this morning when I got a phone call. I saw that it was North Star on the caller ID, and I went, oh, they're going to tell me that it's back from painted. It'll be ready like next week. That's what he told me. I would get a call when it was done being painted, and then just to give me a heads up when to expect it back. But they didn't do that. He just called me and told me it's ready. I mean, they did a good job and everything, and I'm not complaining, but I don't think they always follow what they say. Like I waited one time, I called and they said, the other guy will call you back, and I never called me back for like 4 or 5 days. And he said, oh, it'll be ready next week, and then it wasn't ready next week. Oh, it'll be ready the next week. Whatever, it's over. I'm so done with that. I'm so glad it's done. Now, just driving it for a short period since I picked it up this morning and drove over here to Peters Township, it makes me think I'm going to keep it for a while. The feeling is so great compared to the rental. Hi. Well, it's humid and I'm sweating, but at least it's not really hot, because that would be the real killer. I can handle this. I'm not, out of breath or anything. There's a little construction going on over there. Like that guy right there, he had his shirt off. If I was younger, I'd do that same thing, but not now, man. I'm a flabby old dude. Taking your shirt off in public is not a good idea. Last time I took my shirt off in public was back in the 80s, I think. Yeah, probably 40 years ago. At the swimming pool or wherever, but not anymore. I don't do that. Man, I'm soaked. And so here's the steps that go down to the Bebout little trailhead down there on Bebout. I mean, actually, it's that's still Valley Brook right there. Oh no, wait, that is Bebout. That's right. Valley Brook came down, and then it turns into Bebout. Maybe I'm wrong with that. I think I have to look it up on a map. Maybe Valley Brook comes all the way down to this here roundabout. Yeah, because then Bebout goes to the right south and to the left north. All right, let's look down here real quick. Yeah, right. So Valley Brook is, let's go up here. So Bebout is over there, goes south. That goes towards that Peterswood Park entrance that I went to. And then over here, it's the north. See, I think that's wrong. These kids are driving that thing. They're not pedaling or anything. They're just using the engine. That's wrong, man. You're supposed to pedal when you use the electric bike on this trail. So there's Bebout going north, and it's closed up that way. And then to the left over there, that's Valley Brook still. So, all right, we're heading back. We're still heading back. As I said, if I had one of those electric bikes, I'd have a tendency to do what those kids were just doing and not use the pedals and just use the engine, because I'm old and you get tired. There's young little kids like that, though. They shouldn't be doing that. They're supposed to be pedaling along with the electric motor. All right, now here comes the section. Oops. Hi. How you doing? Hi. Good. How are you? Yeah, I didn't even hear those people behind me. That's the way to do it. She's got like one of those tricycles, but it looks like an electric powered one too. But she's going real slow, which is great. So like I was starting to say, now we're getting into the most scenic portion of the Arrowhead portion of the Montour Trail. Yeah, this Arrowhead portion is paved, and it goes all the way down that way to Route 19. Right where Route 19 crosses Valley Brook. And then it comes all the way up here, past where I came onto it, all the way up to where the Bethel branch starts. Or, yeah, starts down there at 0. I was going to say where it ends, but no, that's where it starts. B-0 is down near like 0.4 miles south of Brush Run. Finally, peace. There's no bikes. There's no yard work. There's no whatever. Now when I get back in my car, I'm not going to want to go near any wet roads or dirt places. Trying to keep it pristine for a while. Like I said, we'll see what happens when I get the first rain. Keep your fingers crossed that there's no leaks of any kind. Hi. Like yesterday when I was sweating that cat on the trail and I drove back and went to some stores and stuff, I was soaked still. When I got home, I was still drenched. My clothes were still drenched. Today's going to be the same story, except with my car, I've got the heated and ventilated seats. So I'll use that. Maybe it'll cool me down and dry my clothes off a little bit. Now right down there, there's that. Can't really see it with all the trees. There's like a water spouting thing going on down there. Wish you could see that better. Oh, there it is. I see it. Let me break out the alternate video device. So it's going to be hard to see, but like, see how there's all that water down there moving around? There's water coming out of the spout. Which you can't see, but that's okay. Take my word for it, it is. It's kind of like the same type of thing at the beginning of the Peterswood Park entrance. I mean, the beginning of Peterswood Park. Oh, maybe you can see from here. You can sort of see it, but not too great. But let's do this again. Man, I am sweating so much. So like right in there, you sort of see the water on each side of that tree flowing down, flowing around that tree. Not around the tree, but I mean on either side of it from the visual. On either side of it from the visual point of view. That didn't make sense. Alright, never mind. From the visual point of view. What the hell? Hi. That was a dumbass statement. From the visual point of view, what other point of view is there? From the non-visual point of view. Actually, I'm not thinking straight because my mind is on cloud 9 right now. Because I got my vehicle back after 6 weeks. Alright, so that entrance there goes to Peterswood Park. I do not like going up that way. It's too steep. I did it several times. And there's one time last year I did it. I don't know what it was, but my heart rate was going up too high. I had overexerted myself or whatever, I don't know. And yeah, I keep seeing these goddamn stupid text messages that are like fraudsters. Like, let me just read this one. PennDOT. Our records show that you have an outstanding ticket. What a bunch of horse shit. Hi. There are so many fraudsters out there. What was the one I got the other day? Oh, it was a Medicare thing. and it was saying some stuff about, see if I can remember that was right. It was about testing and DNA tests or some bullshit. And then I got a phone call from them. And naturally it's some dude like India talking, with an Indian accent. Supposed to report those suckers and delete and report and delete. I don't know if people are gullible enough to, like, I got that text, so if I was gullible, I'd go, oh no, there's an outstanding ticket, oh no, I gotta pay, click on a link, give them your bank account or some shit. This is really nice here. Holy crap, is that kid going fast? Damn, he was going fast. That's not what you're supposed to be doing. Alright, so let's take a alternate video of this. There's a curvature to the trail, always love those. That one's kind of straight. Then there's that curvature right there. Curvature. Curvature. Yeah. See, I said before, if my car looked okay to me and if I felt good about it, maybe I would keep it instead of trade it in. We'll see. Hi. Hi. So I've had started looking at new vehicles in March, mid-March. It's like 2 weeks, at least 2 weeks before that hailstorm. I was getting all excited about different things. Then comes the hailstorm. My vehicle's ruined. I spent about a month with it ruined before they could take it in. Just looking at vehicles and feeling stupid about the whole thing because I couldn't. If you like something, you can't do anything about it. Then take my car in, finally, May 5th. And then it's like week after week of not having it. So now, just driving it, man, with that engine, oh, I love it so much. Makes me say, I don't know if I want to get rid of it. Buy something shitty just because it's newer. I think I've seen that girl before running on this trail last year. She looks familiar. Yeah, maybe it was even this year. When I was up there at the other end, past Sugar Camp, heading back from like where the Bethel branch hits this down, there were those deer and I was standing and I think that girl was running behind me. There's a deer. Now, as soon as I get this camera ready, it's going to disappear. Right there. You can barely see it on this max zoom on this old phone. You can still see it walking right there. It's like right in the middle of the screen. It just went off the trail. Oh, there it's coming back. Damn it, I shut this down. It's on the right side of the trail now. It's right there in the middle. That's too far. Zoom in any better. I'll just keep walking up there. Maybe it'll stay. I like seeing deer. He's kind of just hanging out on the sides there, looking for food. There's plenty of food. He's up there past that bench that has those flower display on it. Yeah, I have to keep this ready just in case. Yeah, this is really a nice section right here. It's really cool how those deer come out. They blend right back in to the nature. And they blend in. You wouldn't even know they're behind that. It was right up here to the left. Like right down in there somewhere. It's amazing how they can weasel their way through all that and not get hurt. Oh, there it is right there. Hey. Hi. Hey. Cute deer. Don't run. He's just hanging out right there. Well, that was cool. I am one drenched individual, almost like I dunked into water, dunked into a pool with my clothes on. Alright, we're getting closer to the entrance, Peterswood Park. I think this is that same girl running here that I saw those several times before. Hi. Very athletic build. Nice running, jogging. I've never done it. Except when I was real little. Or like, you know, in gym class when you're a kid or something. Hi. Hi. The electric trike. Whew. Now we're finally coming up to that entrance. Whew. Trying to think which way I should go on the way back because that Valley Brook in Georgetown was pretty messed up. The road was all dirty, you know, because of those trucks coming up, and it was all wet. It's like, I don't want to get my car all dirty just as soon as I got it back. So maybe that's the problem being out here. There's no real quick way to get back. You start zigzagging all over the goddamn place. I could take McMurray and head south towards Cannonsburg, then get on 79 that way. I might do that. I haven't gone that way for a while. Something's running in there. Oh, shit. Oh, you dipshite. Broke these glasses. Can I fit this back in there and glue it in? Sunny Beach. Oh, that ain't gonna get glued back in. You dipshite. The only reason that happens is because I moved it up a little bit and it went behind my head. See, it's not cracked. It's not cracked, so it should snap back in at some point, somehow. Oh man, Sunny Beach. How the hell's that stay in there? No, I'm gonna be able to do it right now, but well, there's that piece of lens. See, it ain't cracked. It will fit in there, I'm pretty sure. Like in that groove right in there. Once something comes out like that, it's real hard to get it back to the way it used to be. Alright, forget that. Whew. Hate to buy a new pair just for that, because it's not cracked. This is usually pretty rough coming up here. This is a pretty decent slope. So here we are at Peterswood Park. Like I've said before, there's never anybody here. Now I can see my car way over there. The sun shining and glaring off of the grill. So the only thing is, if the engine was newer, drop a new engine in it and I'd keep it. Now, I firstly read a couple weeks ago that GM is going to keep the Blazer for 2026, the internal combustion engine version. But there's not going to be any changes to it at this next year. But for 2027 model year, they're going to do a redesign or refresh. So it's like you'd have to wait another year and a half or so or more for that, which, I'm not interested in waiting that long. But I'm also not really interested in getting another Blazer. I like mine, but they haven't changed it at all, like inside too much for over the last 6 years. It's kind of like old technology. I want to get something that's more modern. Normally what happens when you break glass is like the rim breaks or cracks or something, but this one didn't do anything. It's not broken. It's just the lens popped out. So I remember that one day I came here, I think it was like May 1st, and I was on my video and I said, this is the last time you'll see this Blazer for a while, because it had all those hail dents. And I took it in on May 5th. Today's June 13th. So it's back. It's back and it looks okay. Take it all in. Well, this is really muddy right here. There it is. Yeah, I don't see any dents. That looked like a dent right there, maybe. That's a new hood, though. It's not a dent, it's just a reflection of the that emblem on it. Man, let's set this stuff inside. These broken glasses. Now, let's look it over a little more closely. I don't see any dents on the roof. Let me step up here real quick. I can't see anything. Alright, never mind. Let's just do this. They didn't clean the wheels. I'll have to clean them. I thought they might do it. I didn't clean it right before I took it back. I mean, right before I took it in, because I thought, well, let's just see what happens when they clean it, maybe. And I won't have to clean them. Yeah, those wheels are kind of dirty. Alright. So, we are going to sign off from Peterswood Park right now with the Blazer that's back. Looking real close, I don't see any dents. Damn. And these sections up here are what they spent time correcting and painting. Okay, bye-bye.